That Bay Area. What's up, Richmond, CA? There's some real stuff right here.
Coming down here.
It's Aji, man.
Once upon a time.
Add on.
I knew how to myself.
Keep you at home. Me on. I me want to own. Me on type of flow.
That's all I got to say.
Me on.
All right.
Or me want to own. Me on type of flow.
Welcome back to another episode of the Add-On Podcast. Let's get into it, y'all. Obviously, the Warriors are up again, man. In the series against the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, they're up 3-1 right now. Dallas won the last game, which was game 4. Yes, which was game 4, obviously. And they had the opportunity to win it in game 3, but they blew it. And they could become the first team in NBA history to come back from 3-0. No team has ever came back from 3-0. Obviously, when the Cavs did it in 2016, they only came back from 3-1, which was on the same Golden State Warriors team. So I'm rooting for Luka though. And like I said, no, I ain't got nothing against the Warriors or anything like that. But, I'm just I want to see new people win. I mean, I've seen Steph win 3 titles already. I've seen him go so many finals back to back to back, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to see new people go. I feel like Luka is that dude for sure, man. Luka is, why do you think LeBron's favorite player in the league is Luka? It's for a reason. This dude is really not athletic. He's really not that fast. He can't play defense, yet he's one of the best players in the NBA right now. Obviously, 3-time All-NBA first team. This dude is insane, man. He's only, 23 years old? His step back, his ability to facilitate. And I knew coming into the league he was going to be better than Trae Young. And I think I've been proven right thus far, obviously. And then, obviously, again, with Luka, it's just not only his ability to get to the cup and stuff like that, but people are always compared him to Larry Bird, saying he's the best. And I really can't see that comparison, obviously, from the highlights I've watched of Larry, because Larry was just a cold-blooded killer. And he was a better shooter than Luka Doncic, obviously, too. But like I said, only comparison I see is they both white. Obviously, the best white basketball player of all time is Larry Bird. And the best current white basketball player of all time, or that's currently in the NBA, is Luka Doncic. So that's really the only comparison that I see, me personally. But, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, though, man, for sure. Yeah, but I really do want to see the Mavericks win, man. I just want to see a new team get to that finals. Because like I said, Celtics is more than likely going to beat the Heat. They up 3-2 right now. Again, Shannon Sharp picked them in 6. And I guess I'm got to roll with that as well, too, man. It's just I don't know. Just the Warriors are they're a deep team, man. Obviously, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson is not quite the Klay Thompson of old, but he's still Klay. He get hot. And man, hey, I'm if it even get to a game 6, Klay is probably going to get activated. They're going to probably shut him out in 6. You know what I'm saying? The odds of him coming back from 3-0 is probably 0.5% or something like that. It's not very high at all. I mean, it's the Warriors. And that's the thing with the Warriors. They have experience, like Draymond, Steve Kerr, the coach, obviously Steph, Klay. And you got some new guys like Jordan Poole and stuff like that who hasn't really been there to the NBA Finals yet, but they're tagging right along. Draymond gonna show them the ropes. He's a leader of that team and stuff like that. But yeah, man, we'll see how it goes for sure. I think the biggest thing that I saw, obviously, over a week or even actually it may have been today, was Colin Kaepernick is actually I guess he already tried out for the Las Vegas Raiders, and it's about time, man. It's about time. Obviously, if y'all don't remember, man, Colin Kaepernick was that dude, man. He was that dude, got to a Super Bowl, I believe, in 2012 it was, and nearly won, was probably a play away from winning that Super Bowl against the Ravens. He had a great season that year, and I think the next year, in 2013, he almost got back to the Super Bowl again. Colin Kaepernick, obviously, in his heyday, man, his ability to run, he had a strong arm. He was accurate. Colin Kaepernick was that dude. And obviously we all know what happened. Obviously he got blackballed from the league. And it hasn't played in the NFL since 2016, man. So it's very unfortunate, obviously, that he can't play. He couldn't play. He's standing for a cause, obviously kneeling. And people thought he was disrespecting the flag and stuff like that, but it really wasn't. He wasn't disrespecting the flag or anything like that. He was just, standing for a cause for what he believed in as far as his whole point of kneeling was, the police brutality and stuff like that. I ain't gonna get into that. We know what happened, but I think it's now or never for Colin Kaepernick. It's now or never. He's in his, mid-30s? I can't remember how old exactly Colin Kaepernick is, but he's probably around 32, 33, 34, somewhere around there. So it's not too old. Think if you look at Tom Brady, that dude is 45 when he's still playing. And I know he's the GOAT, so obviously you can't really compare other people's ages because Colin Kaepernick, obviously, he uses his legs way more than Tom Brady ever was going to use or anything like that. But, I'd love to have Colin Kaepernick on my team. I mean, I don't even know who the backups are for the Las Vegas Raiders currently. Obviously, I know they had Derek Carr in the AFC West, which is obviously he's not going to take Derek Carr's spot unless, Lord forbid, this happen and he gets injured or something like that. But he'd probably be his third string. Hopefully the Raiders sign him, man, because I love to see Colin Kaepernick back in the league, man. I feel like he deserved it. He's been deserving it. He's been working his tail off with all these training videos. Y'all see Colin Kaepernick put in work, so it'll be nice to actually live in Vegas too. So I mean, I ain't no Raider fan, but if I do ever, go to a Raider game or something like that, I'll probably see Colin Kaepernick. I remember that year 2012. Specifically, I do, how good Colin Kaepernick was, just because that was the year that RG3 came into the league. And RG3 was my favorite player in 2012 when he won Rookie of the Year, stuff like that as well. So, man, it was a great experience too, man. Being at that NFL draft that I was at, this is kind of old news for y'all, obviously, but just, because some dude told me that Santana Moss was at the draft and RG3 was at the draft, but I never saw him, man. I was looking all around. I even posted a whole vlog on my YouTube channel, just looking all around because those are one of my two favorite players, with Washington history. Obviously, I became a Washington fan. So I'm from Vegas, obviously. Born in Cali, from Vegas. Grew up and raised in Vegas, stuff like that. So obviously, if you're from Vegas and you can like any team, because we never had a team until a couple years ago when the Raiders came. People were like, "Oh no, you gotta support your Raiders." Like, nah, I'm supporting them because I live here. They wasn't here when in 08, 09 when I became a Washington fan. Probably around, I don't know if it was 08 when I came an official fan, but it was probably around 09, 010 because I know they had Donovan McNabb as the quarterback, and then they had, Santana Moss and stuff like that. But just, getting that opportunity to meet them, RG3 and Santana Moss would have been a great experience. And I'm pretty sure I'll meet them one day, but, I'm kind of mad on that too, touching on that, that people told me that they was there, and in reality, that wasn't there. Or maybe they left, because I looked at the area they told me to look, and they was just not there, man, for whatever reason. And stuff like that. But let's transition to, I feel like this is appropriate too, to be talking about this. I always talk about, NBA and NFL, stuff like that, which is cool, but I feel like the biggest topic, that's just going on in the war right now, that kind of just, everybody should just be kind of talking around looking, is all these mass shootings that's going on, man. Obviously, the one that happened yesterday at the time of recording this, obviously in Uvalde, Texas, the killer, Salvador Ramos, who is deceased currently, taken down by police, killed 19 children and 2 teachers. And then these school shootings, man, are just getting out of hand, man. I read a stat, from I believe a reliable news site. I'm not too sure which one it was, but they said the U.S. surpassed over 200 mass shootings just this year in 2022 alone, man. It's crazy, man. Cause you look at, in China or, a different country like that, they have school shootings, but not at the consistency and the overall mass as the U.S. This stuff just keeps happening over and over and over again. And then obviously too, you go back to about 10, 11 days ago in Buffalo when the white dude, teenager went to the grocery store, killed all them black people, elderly. Then prior to that, obviously, I guess it was some Asian church. Somebody killed some people in there. It's just this stuff keeps happening over and over again. Not to mention all the other ones prior school shootings. I ain't gonna mention, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that happened. the one in Florida, the one that happened in 2012. Like, it's just, this stuff just keeps happening. Bottom line is just like, and I don't know, I was kind of talking to people about it, my coworkers, and trying to look it up as well. Like, is this the end times and stuff like that? And I really don't know. Cause like I said, as a Christian and stuff like that, you kind of think of like, I'm a deep thinker. I wasn't always a deep thinker, but I feel like as I'm getting older, as I'm kind of getting closer to God and stuff like that, I'm kind of thinking like just stuff like, cause a lot of people, you tell them about this, I'd be like, what's your thoughts on it? Man, it's just sad, or, and they were like, oh, I'll send my condolences. Like, they almost get immune to it. It's just like the same repetitive stuff. But we need to start taking action, to all these school shootings and stuff like that, cause it's just really just getting out of hand. And I really don't understand why, they don't treat schools how they do airports. Increasing up on the security and installing metal detectors and stuff like that. Obviously that's not going to stop all the shootings, but at least in school it can prevent, possibly a shooter, just because you think of all the school shootings that happen, all the mass ones, or even the ones that only kill one person, let alone what that dude killed 21 people. It can kind of tighten up on the security and stuff like that and hopefully prevent it. And then I was even thinking I always thought about it because I hate guns. Me personally, I hate guns. Like, I don't even know, like, once I move out and get my own place, I don't even know if I want to get a gun. I know I probably need to get one just because of the time that we live in, but I literally don't. I hate guns. I don't like them at all and stuff like that. But I understand the world we live in, you got to protect yourself and stuff like that. But I was even thinking too, like, maybe we should just get rid of guns completely. Like, nobody in the world have guns except people in the military are fighting for this country, or maybe even just people, the police, or maybe not even the police, just the people in the military. But that wouldn't be a smart idea. And that was just me just kind of getting frustrated with guns in general, because all the gun violence and stuff like that, and not to mention what happened in 2017 in Vegas, the largest massacre in modern history. Obviously, at that Mandalay Bay in 2017 that they had. So this stuff just keeps happening, whether it's in schools, whether it's, somebody getting shot up on a block, or it's just gun violence in general is just insane. But like, back to what I was touching on about like getting rid of guns, that obviously wouldn't work. And that wouldn't be a great idea, obviously, because for one, it's an amendment, the Constitution, that we allowed to have guns. You know what I'm saying? They want us, people to, I guess, have guns. You got some senators that are happy of how much like the prices, or how much revenue they're making off of people buying guns and stuff like that. You got, senators that don't want to do anything about the gun laws and stuff like that. It is what it is. And I was talking to one of my coworkers today as well, or that was yesterday, I believe. And I was just saying, like, man, yeah, we should just get rid of guns, or we should, kind of, tighten up on the gun laws. And he told me a very valid point that kind of had me thinking. And he said, it's not the guns that kill people, it's people that kill people. And when he said that, it kind of shook me a little bit. Like, yeah, you're right about that. Cause I'm always thinking, yeah, we just gotta get rid of it, but nah. Cause at the end of the day, even if you get rid of the guns, and like I said, it's not just in school shootings, it's just murder in general. Like, obviously it's easy. A baby could shoot somebody with a gun. But I mean, even if you take away guns, there's a million other ways to kill people. So that wouldn't help. Somebody could stab somebody. Somebody could electrocute somebody. Somebody could poison somebody. Somebody could, do anything to them. So it's not going to matter. But, think of all these shooters and stuff like that. I don't know about Salvador Ramos, what he was going through, but a lot of these shooters are going through some type of mental psychopathic kind of phase that, it's just weird. I don't know, like, what. And a lot of these shooters are like 18, 19, 17 years old. What's so bad in your life that you gonna just have no regard for human life at all? Like, no regard. You don't care about, you definitely don't, because dude almost killed his grandma. I think it was reported originally that his grandma passed, but I think now they're saying she's in critical condition. Hopefully she makes it. But yeah, a lot of these shooters and these school shooters are just like, psychopathic. Like, they have mental problems. So it's not the gun. Guns don't kill people. It's people that kill people. Cause it ain't like we got, robotic guns that just flying through the air, not controlled by humans and just killing people. It's the people that's killing people with these guns. Cause I believe that, some people in the world, or even most people in the world, aren't school shooters, aren't killers, aren't evil, aren't demons, and they only bought a gun just for safety, just in case something happened, and that's how it should be. So obviously, just taking away guns, that's not going to do anything. It's just we got to figure out we got to figure out how to just change these people's minds mentally. You know what I'm saying? That's what my dad was saying too. Just like kind of, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of tired of seeing it though, man. Because I remember, when they sent it to the group chat, family group chat, and I saw I get 14 dead. I'm like, man, how many times is this going to keep happening? And then it increased to 21. It's just like, how many times is this going to keep happening over and over again for us to kind of realize, like, man, what is going on, man? Like, what is going on? When are we going to change things? How are we going to change things? Like, this can't just keep happening. President Biden said, too, how long are we going to keep living with this carnage, man? This doesn't happen like this in any other country but the United States. And they say the U.S. is the best country in the world, and I truly believe that. Obviously, it's the only country I ever lived in, only country I want to live in, but it's just like, this is a major issue that this just keeps happening, that kids can't even go to school, and you got all these school shooters just walking in, like just walking in. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yeah, they need to, but like I said, touching on a little bit ago, like, this is not going to solve everything, but we need to start treating schools, every school in the nation, start treating it like you do airports. Like I said, that won't take away all the murders, but it will, I believe, at least somehow kind of cope with, all the mass shootings that's happening, kind of prevent at least some of them. Because if you treat every school in the nation like you do an airport, shoot, you have your phone in your pocket in the airport and the thing will ring off. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a gun. And I know that there's certain technologies now where they put in the surveillance cameras, I heard, where they can detect a gun and stuff like that immediately as it's on you and stuff like that. But that's not really going to help. That's just cameras detecting stuff. You need to tighten up on all the metal detectors, tighten up on all the security, school security, stuff like that or whatever. And we got it's a shame we got to do that. And we're saying people just can't go to school without having to get their bag checked or stuff like this or whatever. But, stuff like that, it just can't keep happening. Like, we got to do something about it. And maybe they need to treat guns how they do alcohol. Like, you shouldn't be 18 years old buying a gun. I feel like, and like, what do you need an assault rifle for at age 18? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's something I really never thought of, because like I said, I don't plan on buying a gun anytime soon. Obviously, I don't like guns, and I already told y'all that. But, when this dude, Salvador Ramos, supposedly bought a gun for his 18th birthday, like an AR-15, some type of rifle or whatever, posted it on social media, like people, even social media platform or anybody, don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody send you a text, just saying that, just report it, man. Report it right away. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel like, oh, what if he see this, or what if I tell, and then something like, sometimes some things you just gotta let it out and let the right person know to try to prevent it. Because this dude Ramos, supposedly was kind of hinting at it, prior to the mass shooting and stuff like that. And just, you can even look at the picture, not necessarily that mugshot, but that black and white photo of him. He just looked demonic, man. I don't know, it's just what's going on in this world. Like I said, I don't know if it's something to do with the end times or, but me personally, I'm gonna just be getting right with God, now. Like, now is the time to get right, because we don't know when we gonna go. This could happen anywhere, these mass shootings and stuff like that. That's something I definitely want to see and hear from other pastors too. Like, is this end times or this and that? Because even when COVID was around too, when that COVID obviously still around, but I'm talking about when he was really, really, really just taking a lot of lives back in 2020. That's when I really felt like it was the end times. You know what I'm saying? Because people have been saying that for years. You know what I'm saying? That it's end times. Like, even one of my coworkers saying, people have been saying that for years, it's end times, back when I was a kid. And look, we're still here. So, but, you really don't know. There's stuff in the Bible biblically that say that you can point out certain things in the world that claims that. Bottom line is, everybody need to get right with God for sure. And just focus on yourself first. Like, don't try to help somebody else when you ain't even got yourself together right or whatever. But yeah, me personally, with all these mass shootings and stuff like that, man, I'm just kind of over it. I'm sick and tired of seeing it, sick and tired of hearing it. This makes me sick, man. It truly does, man. And it's just so sad. It's, man. Like, what goes through your mind, man? What goes through your mind? What possibly in your life is that terrible that you can just, walk in, just like I said before, have no regard for human life, just straight up just popping everybody like it's a game of Call of Duty or something. Like, it's just like, what's going on in this world, man? With that, we gotta do something. We gotta do something with the gun laws. Background checks, that'll help, but that's not gonna help because like I said, even the massacre in Las Vegas, that dude had no prior convictions or anything like that, and he still managed to take all them bags up. Nobody checked him, and he killed all those people. And then this dude, Raymond, supposedly probably had no criminal record or whatever. To my knowledge, I don't know, at least they ain't reported yet. And then he buys all these assault rifles at age 18. Maybe they just don't sell rifles at all. Maybe they only sell certain handguns. Maybe they only sell this, or maybe they increase the age to 18. Maybe you got to be 21 or 25 to purchase it. They need to do something. And like I said, that's not going to prevent shootings. Because like I said, it's not just school shootings. It's shootings, mass shootings in general. Like I said, that stat. U.S. surpassed 200 mass shootings just this year alone, man. And this one in Uvalde, Texas, yesterday. At the time of making this video, it was just like, man. Like I said, I can only imagine too. Because like I said, I already finished school, of course, but my dad is a teacher. I got a sister that's in high school and another sister that's in elementary school. So like, this could happen anywhere. So we got to get this resolved, man. We got to quickly, man. We got to for sure. Back to the NBA though, man. I give the Mavericks a very, very, very slight chance of coming back from 3-0, man. Man, what I wanted to, when the NBA season ends, what am I going to be talking about, man? I got to have some guests on here, man, for sure. I did, in fact, get another mic, though, for sure. So you definitely will see, you probably will see the first special guest. I ain't going to say who it is, probably next episode, you guys, for sure. I know y'all been waiting. A lot of people been hitting me up in a DM, let me be on, stuff like that, but I wanted to get another mic. Obviously, just the one that you can put on the collar and stuff like that. How, most podcasters work, stuff like the big time ones, at least the ones I watch, like, all the Smoke, the Club Shay Shays, the Pivot Pod, stuff like that. They just have, stuff like this. So, you will see the next official guest on the first official guest, next episode, you guys. But yeah, I really do want the Mavericks to win, man. I really do. Luka, like I said, last podcast, is one of my favorite players. But so, like I said, I ain't gonna count him out. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna predict nothing. I do think it's very, very low chance they come back from 3-0. Cause look, it's not 3-1, it's 3-0. You gotta beat the Warriors 4 times in a row. I don't know about that, man, for sure. But the Celtics beating Miami in 6 definitely seems a lot more, reasonable considering the fact they're up 3-2 right now. And Game 6 isn't Game 6 back in Boston, if I'm not mistaken? It might still be in Miami, but I can't remember. I don't know who had a better record between Boston and Miami. It might have been, I do think Game 6 is in Boston, if I'm not mistaken, for sure. Because they might as well just close that out, man. Because I believe it's, Celtics Mavs is probably what we're going to be looking at, but like it could be Celtics Warriors. It could be Miami Warriors. Like either way, so let's do the hypothetical. Mavericks, Celtics, how they match up. I feel like that's a terrible matchup for, the Mavericks. I feel like the Mavericks against anybody is going to be a terrible match. Like if they face the Celtics, for one, if they even, like I said, even beat the Warriors, the greatest comeback in NBA history, and hypothetically they do get to the finals, I feel like it's a bad matchup for them for either team. It's like the Celtics with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Like Jason Tatum, y'all do realize, made first team All NBA. LeBron only made third. Just despite averaging 30 points, and I didn't think LeBron was supposed to make first team. I thought he was supposed to at least make second team. Come on. I think the voters were a little kind of just like hating a little bit because he was the only team. He was the only player out of all the players on the first, second, and third team that didn't make the playoffs. And a couple of voters didn't vote him at all. which is a shame when you average 30 points per game in year 19. So that was, I don't know who did that, but yeah, reveal yourself, please. I just think that's overall, I think it's just kind of a bad kind of matchup or whatever, but we'll see though. We'll see, y'all. We'll see. At the time of just making this video, game 5, right? Game 5 of Mavs Warriors is tomorrow. So we'll see, man. Because that change. If just somehow the Warriors slip up again, man, or somebody gets suspended, or they somehow get it back to game 6 in Dallas, that kind of changes some things for sure, man. Like you don't want to let that happen because, the Warriors did blow a 3-1 lead in 2016. Now, if they blow a second 3-0 lead, I think that's going to really kind of put a taint in their legacy, in the Warriors' legacy. Because, you think of it, like really think of it, the Warriors. Like they got to their first finals kind of with this group in 2015. And they won. But they won in 6 games. LeBron still took them to 6 games without Kevin Love and without Kyrie Irving. And LeBron averaged 35, 12, and 8 and 12, 35, 50, something crazy like that. I can't remember the quite stat, but I know he averaged 35 that series. And then the following year in 2016, that's when they came back from 3-1, the greatest comeback in NBA history. And then the Warriors, and they knew they couldn't beat LeBron. They knew. That's why they had to get KD. And that's why I don't even blame them two finals losses on LeBron in 2017 and 2018. I don't blame on LeBron. That's a super team. I think that Golden State team in 2017, 2018 can beat any of Michael Jordan's teams. Any of them. Because you can't tell me that Steph, Clay, Draymond, KD, 4 Hall of Famers on one team. The Bulls had 2? Jordan, Pippen. Who else was a Hall of, or Rodman? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that Warriors team was legit. But yeah, we gonna see what the Warriors are made of for sure. Because I feel like all the pressure is on the Warriors. There's not really no pressure on the Mavs. They're already down 3-0. Now they're down 3-1. So really all the pressure is on Golden State. But I'm telling you right now, if the Mavs win game 5 and somehow get it to a game 6 and back in Dallas, even though Golden State did win both games, or did win that first game 3, obviously in Dallas, it's going to be interesting for sure, man. It's definitely going to be interesting, man. But that wraps it up, y'all. That wraps it up for this episode. Not quite as long as the other ones and stuff like that, but just stay tuned for this next week. Stay tuned for next week, y'all, for sure. I'm going to have a guest on. It'll definitely be longer and stuff like that. But yeah, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. You know what that does to the algorithm. My podcast, my main channel, actually, not the podcast. This is the podcast, obviously. My main channel, Emmanuel R&D, link will be in the description. Go ahead and subscribe over there. Most versatile channel on the market. And other than that, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. And I'm going to see you guys next episode.